To the third center, which we call as the Nabhi chakra. This center is, on one side, is made of water, another side with fire. Around it are our 10 valencies, which we can call as our innate religion within ourselves. Now this Nabi itself, or we can call the solar plexus, or we can say the navel chakra, gives us, as soon as the
You just I'm okay. All right, here we go. So, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Sahaja Yoga Meditation. My name is Brad. If you're joining us online, if you're joining us from the Shreveport Library, we welcome you today. We're coming to you from Dallas, from our meditation center here in Carrollton, Dallas, Carrollton, Texas, a suburb of Dallas. So we'll spend the next hour and a half or so together. We'll practice meditation. We'll explain how meditation works. I have a few people here in our center here in Dallas, so I just want to ask, is this your first time with us? Yeah. Very first time. So both of you first time. And may I ask how you heard about us? Okay, so just browsing for meditation online and this came up. Okay, great. And another question for you. When you're new, I got to pepper you with questions. So, have you ever tried to meditate before? Is this? Uh huh. Okay. Okay. Very good. And you? Not so much. Did you come in together? Okay. Okay. Very good. All right. So just if you can't, just so if you're watching online, we have some new people. They've kind of tried a little meditation a little bit on their own through a book and things like that. So all right. So we have maybe some experience, maybe some not. Maybe you've never tried. You're watching us online. You've never tried to meditate before. We're going to start from the very basics. We're going to give a little introduction. We're going to explain how this meditation works. That's why I have this big chart behind me to help us with our introduction. I guess first of all, have any of y'all ever heard of Kundalini before? Is that the brand new concept, the word Kundalini? Okay. Let's start with Kundalini. So inside of all of us, well, let's take a step back. So we're here to meditate. Maybe I'll ask you this question too. Did you have any sort of like goals or what you hope to achieve or meditation might bring into your life? Yeah. Free from stress. That's a great answer. And how about increased focus? Okay, very good. Some of our regulars, anything in particular that you're looking for or that you hope, or that maybe you've found that meditation has helped you with, Claudia? Peace. Get rid of stress. Okay. And you've been doing this for a couple of years to become a better person. Okay, very good. And how about you? The stress. So most common answer is to de-stress. How do we de-stress? So we know, you know, that we can take care of ourselves. We can eat well, we can exercise. We know these things through science, and we're starting to understand that meditation can be another part of our life to help us live more balanced and to de-stress. And I will say that this meditation does help that. It does help you de-stress. It helps you find balance. All the things that we're. I love your answer to be a better person. That you can have that too with this meditation because that better person that we all want to be is built inside of us. That better person is there. All the qualities that we want to have, any bad habits that we kind of recognize in ourselves that we wish we could get rid of, we have the power, we have the strength inside to overcome those things and to really to be our best, to really maybe even have qualities and strengths and talents that we don't even know are inside of us. And that's kind of goes back to our chart here. So is this something you've all seen before? I don't know if this was part of the headspace. No, brand new. Okay. All right. So we talk about this because this helps us understand what's going on inside. This meditation is called Sahaja Yoga Meditation. And Sahaj means born with you. It means built inside of you. And so this is what is built inside of you. And also the Kundalini that we talked about. I'll get back to the Kundalini. But this system, this chart that you see, it's called our subtle system, and this is built inside of us. It's actually part of our nervous system. And inside of our subtle system, inside of our nervous system, just the basics of it that you see here, you see these 7 different colored circles. These are energy centers that we have built inside of us. They're called the plexuses, the nerve plexuses of our body. And they're also, if you've heard the word chakra, these are chakras that we have. So the 7 of these. And these chakras that we have, these energy centers, they rise up along our spinal column. They start at the base of our spine, and the last one is right here. And they're very important to that life we're talking about, the de-stressed life, the balanced life, the focused life, all of those things, to being a better person. We want these chakras to be healthy and strong inside of us. When we're born, when we're little, everything's working great, they're healthy. But as we go through life and we grow and life happens, these centers can maybe start to go a little bit out of balance. We're not really aware of them. We don't really think about them, but they are our life and how we feel every day is reflected in the health of these centers. Does that make sense? So, and they have these qualities built inside too. So they're regulating your physical health, or the organs of our body, everything about us physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. These chakras are um, in charge of those aspects of our life. And they have qualities built inside. These qualities of to be a better person that we talked about. So to be peaceful, creative, loving, forgiving, strong, fearless. All these qualities are built into these chakras. And if these chakras are strong, we might feel maybe we're a really creative person. And so that would be chakra number 2 here. That's really a powerful chakra inside of us. Some might be strong, some might not be. Again, peace is number 3. Maybe we have a sense of satisfaction in our life, no matter what's going on. We just feel at peace. Let it come, whatever happens. And we can just kind of, we're chill, we can deal with it. But maybe, maybe this one isn't, maybe we don't feel that peace inside. So again, maybe there's some imbalances in our chakras. We're all a little bit different on the inside, just like we're different on the outside. So these are the 7 centers that we have. And then the 3 lines that you see, the blue, yellow, and white, these are channels of energy that we have too. And these are also very important into how we feel and how we're functioning every day. So a little bit of background on these. Our left channel, the blue channel that you see, this is the channel of our past. It's our emotional side in us, and it's where our desires come from. All the desires that we have in life, the things we want to achieve in life. If we have goals in life, hey, I want to be a great, poet. Where does that come from? It comes from our left channel. So all we want to achieve, things we want to be, our desires come from here. And then, or, I want $1 million, whatever the desire might be. There might be positive desires, maybe they're not so positive desires, but all the desires come from the left side. And the right side is our action side. It's our future planning side. And so it's on this side that we put together our, to-do lists, our whatever it is that we need to do to achieve our desires. That's our right side. So that could be, again, planning out our life. It could just be, making our grocery list. All those things come from the right side. So we have a left and a right, and it makes sense. They sort of balance each other out, the left and the right side. And we want these to be functioning and healthy too, because if they're balanced, then it's easier for us to be in the center. That's the white line. The central channel is the present. So past, future, and present. And if these are healthy, this is like a brake, this is like an accelerator. And, sometimes you need them both to kind of keep you in the center. So if we're driving down a road, life is a road, you want these to be working in balance so we can stay in the center. And in the center, in the present, that is where we do overcome our challenges. We can tap into our strength. We can grow. We can improve ourselves when we're in the center channel. We can ascend in the center channel. Our spiritual life takes place in the center channel. And that just makes logical sense that if we're stuck in the past, if the past is always kind of in our attention, it's very hard to change, especially as we get older. People say, well, older people can't change. You get stuck in a rut. You can get stuck in the past, or you can always be thinking about tomorrow. Over on the other side, you can be over in the sort of the future side. Someday, when everything is perfect in my life, then I'll be happy. When I fix all of these things in my life, when the job is right, when the relationship is right, when my bank account has this much, then I'm going to be at peace. We kind of were delaying our own peace and happiness in life sometimes. But we want to be peaceful as we are, and we can achieve that in the center. Makes sense so far? Okay. So left, right, center, and also the challenges that we face in life, whatever they might be. We all have challenges. Maybe we're feeling stressed. Maybe we get anxious. I know people who, they get anxiety. They get even like panic attacks. Stress becomes so overwhelming that people don't know how to respond. They have a response to it. If you feel down, if you feel depressed, unmotivated, all of those things are because we have imbalances inside of us. That's all it is. It goes to imbalances. We can go to the doctor and say, I'm feeling down, I'm feeling depressed, and the doctor can say, okay, let's change your diet, let's try to get some exercise in there. whatever the case, let's meditate, whatever the case might be, or let's take some medication for that. Let's try to help you get back into a state of balance again. But those are just treating the symptoms. What's amazing about this meditation is that your roots get treated. These are the roots. So this subtle system, these chakras, these channels, these are your roots inside. If they're out of balance, then you feel it. So how do we get our roots nourished? How do we get our roots strong again if they're out of balance? And that is the Kundalini that I mentioned at the beginning. Kundalini is on this part of the chart here. That little triangle that you see represents our sacrum bone. So sacrum bone, sacred bone. Greeks called it a sacred bone. So ancient people knew there was something special about this part of our body. They named it sacred. And inside of this bone resides an energy called the Kundalini. So Kundalini means coils of energy. You can see how it's drawn in a little circle like that, and it coiled because it's a dormant energy coiled inside of this sacrum bone. Now we all have Kundalini inside of us, but Kundalini is dormant, just a quiet energy, a mothering energy. You can Google Kundalini, you can read books about Kundalini. I would just warn you to be careful because there's a lot of misinformation. So let's just clear that out and say at the very beginning, this is a mothering positive energy inside of us. A mothering positive energy that, although she's dormant, and we refer to her as a she or with the female pronoun because she's a mothering energy, she's dormant, but she's intelligent and totally aware of what's going on inside of you. She knows all about her subtle system. She only knows you, by the way. We all have Kundalini, but she's sort of tailored just for you. She's been with you all of your life. From the very beginning, she's been with you. And so if there are imbalances inside, she knows. If there are strengths, she knows. She has a vision for you, like Claudia said, to be a good person. She sees that inside of you. She sees your potential. Again, maybe there's talents or strengths inside that we don't even know are there, but your Kundalini knows. She sees you at your very best. And she has a desire. She has a desire to start to rise up along your spinal column. Her desire is to rise all the way up along your spinal column, all the way to the top here. That's her desire. And along the way, she starts to nourish you from the inside out. So again, we're little kids, we're fresh, we're right out of the box, everything's working well, and then we start to grow up, life happens, decisions we make, things that just happen to us. Maybe the system goes a little bit out of balance. There's nothing really nourishing us, nourishing our roots from the inside. Again, we can sort of try to treat the symptoms of whatever we're experiencing in life. But again, our roots need to be nourished, and that is what your Kundalini does. That is her desire to nourish you from the inside out. So she brings these centers into balance. She removes any obstacles inside of these centers. She clears them out. It's almost like you're kind of turning on a hose and she's kind of washing all of this out. If we're too far on the left, if we're too far on the right, if we're too far in the past or too far in the future, she helps to bring us into the center automatically, which is another meaning of Sahaj. It means born with you. It means built inside of you, all of this stuff right here. And it also means spontaneous and effortless. This is all part of our autonomous nervous system. So it happens automatically. Automatically, you start to feel better. Automatically, you start to feel the benefits of this energy. So she rises all the way up. She nourishes you. Again, her goal is to come to the top here. When she reaches this point right here, let's talk about this chakra, because our left channel and our right channel cross over. And that's also part of our nervous system, how our left and right channel, we have a right brain and a left brain. Our left channel crosses over and forms in the right side of our brain, which is that imaginative side of our brain. And then the right channel crosses over and forms in our brain, the analytical side of our brain. So because these two channels cross, there's a lot of pressure on this chakra right here. And all of our thoughts, which are causing a lot of our stress, a lot of the stress that we're experiencing is because our mind will not quiet down. We're thinking and thinking and thinking and worrying, or whatever the case might be. I mean, our thoughts, they can exhaust us, they can tire us. So our thoughts are coming from the past or from the future, from the left channel and the right channel. They bubble up into our mind here. And it's very challenging. It can be very challenging to try to stop those thoughts. How do I quiet down my mind? How do I force that out? There are different techniques. Maybe you've tried some, but those techniques, even in themselves, your mind is still engaged on some level. So, for example, imagine using your imagination. I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna imagine that I'm in a meadow and I can feel the sun and I can hear the birds and it's so peaceful. But your mind is going. Maybe that helps to quiet your mind and push those thoughts out for a short time, but your mind is still thinking, still imagining something. But when your Kundalini rises all the way to this point and we forgive, that's the quality here. When we forgive and your Kundalini reaches here, then she can cross over this center and your thoughts begin to slowly just reduce without any effort again. You don't have to force anything or push anything out of your mind. It just happens automatically. That is called thoughtless awareness and just something to watch for. And at the beginning of practicing this meditation, maybe you only feel quietness in your mind for a second or two. Our mind is so used to just churning. But the more you practice, your mind does become quieter for longer spaces of time. Your energy rises, and our thoughts are in waves. They rise and they fall, and they rise and they fall. But most of us, we never really feel that little gap. We're just riding the waves. One thought leads to another, leads to another, leads to another. Thought after thought. But your energy can push in between those, and that little space that we're not really feeling, she makes it longer, and she makes it bigger. And so that little millisecond becomes a couple of seconds, and then a few more seconds. So you start to feel that peace inside of your mind. And the more you meditate, this energy is limitless. More energy starts to rise, more and more, the more you meditate. And so automatically, it's like a positive cycle starts in your life. So that's how our mind becomes quiet through this meditation, which also helps us to de-stress. Helps us to de-stress when our mind just starts to slow down. And then one last thing, your energy, who's doing all of this stuff for you, all of these things, putting you into balance and all of that. One more thing that happens, the energy reaches the last center here. And when that happens, that is yoga, Sahaja Yoga. Built inside of you, you have everything that you need already. You all walked in here today. You turned on your computer today. You don't need anything extra. That's why we don't charge any money for this class, because you're born with what you already need to be balanced, peaceful, de-stressed, more focused, and to achieve yoga. Yoga means union with something higher than yourself, having a deeper purpose in your life. And your Kundalini connects you to that. And we call that self-realization in Sahaja Yoga meditation. So you achieve self-realization automatically, spontaneously, without any effort on your part. Your energy rises. And what is that? What does that mean? So the energy, however you feel comfortable describing that to yourself, whatever created this universe and every one of us in it, you become connected to that power. You're connected to that power. And how do you know that? How do you realize that? How does that sort of manifest itself? One of the ways is you begin to feel it. You're going to feel it physically on your hands. So you might have seen on our chart here, all of these fingers are color-coded back, and they match up to these chakras. Because our hands, the nerves in our hands are very complex, and each one of our fingertips is connected to a chakra inside. So what was a mystery before, self-realization, or what may just be a picture or a theory, becomes known to you. It becomes your own. You understand it more for yourself. So if there are imbalances inside of you in these different chakras, you begin to feel on your fingers. You might start to feel tingling, coolness, warmth. It reveals itself to you in that way. And on your hands, our hands start to talk to us. Our hands start to talk to us, and they help us understand what's going on inside. It's very empowering meditation in that way. It's no longer a mystery. Again, why do I feel this way? Why do I keep, making these same choices in life? Because there's something maybe that's not in balance inside of us, and you start to feel it for yourself on your hands. You might also feel this energy actually exits here. It comes out of the top of your head. So like a little stream of air on top of your head. Some people feel it around them a bit. Some people feel it the very first time. Some people, it takes a little bit of practice to feel this energy. But you should feel today, whether you're here today in our meditation center or you're watching online, after we're done today, you should feel relaxed. You should feel relaxed. And I'll tell you, that is because your energy is soothing down your nerves. This is your nervous system, and your energy rises and bubbles up into your nerves, and so you should feel relaxed. You should feel that peace. You should feel better after you leave today. And again, the more you meditate, this just gets better and better and better. All right. Any questions about that? Any questions at all? Make sense? I mean, it's okay. There's a lot of information. But I just wanted you to understand this is what's going on inside of you. But now we can just put all the information aside. We don't have to remember all of this. Just let it all go, and let's just have the experience of meditation. So what we're going to do, we're going to have a couple of meditations. The first one, we're going to use a technique. We can do this here in our Dallas center because we have our own building here, and we also have a kitchen area. So here in Dallas, what we do is we soak our feet in some salt water for our first meditation. And why do we do that? Because we are made up of 5 elements. 5 elements. Our chakras are made of these elements, and they are water, air, earth, fire, and ether. Those are the 5 elements. And the foot soak uses water, and salt is the earth. So those 2 elements are used inside of this particular, we call it a cleansing technique, and what it does is it helps assist our energy. It helps us to be more balanced because it helps to clear out, especially these lower chakras that we have inside of us. So that's how we're going to do. We're going to just fill up this tub with lukewarm water, not too hot, not too cold, some salt, and then we'll start our first meditation. But if you're watching us online or you're watching us from the Shreveport Library and you don't have this, you don't need it. To do this, you can just join along in our meditation without that. But what we're going to do is just take a very short break so we can get these tubs, then we'll come back out, and then we'll start up again. So if you're watching online, you can just sit quietly. We're going to play a little bit of music for you. It'll just be like 3 minutes or so, 3-4 minutes, and then we'll be right back, and we'll start our first meditation. Thanks. All right. Thank you for being patient. We're ready to start our first meditation. So there's a couple of things before we get started. And one of them is, so this meditation, this first one, I'm going to lead this meditation. It's guided. I'll guide it. And you all just follow along inside your heart. We're going to affirm, remember our chakras. We're going to talk about the qualities inside of us in this meditation. And we're going to use our hands in this meditation. We're going to put our right hand on the left side of our body. Our left hand is just going to stay open on our lap like this. But our right hand is going to touch where these different chakras are located on the left side. Remember, our left side is our desire side, and the right side is our action side. So we're going to put our right hand on the left side. And I'll just kind of walk you through real quick how we're going to move our hand. So first we put our hand over our heart, like this, like we're pledging allegiance. And then we put our hand underneath our ribs. And then we put our hand on our hip. And then back underneath our rib cage. And then back over our heart. And then on the side of our neck, like this on the left side. Perfect. And then across our forehead, like this. Then we'll move our hand to the back of our head. We lift our head up like this. And then we talked about there's one on top of our head, a chakra. So we stretch our hand apart, our fingers apart, and we put the palm of our hand at the top of our head. That's exactly right. We're going to massage our scalp when we do that, but I'll walk you all through that. So that's how we're going to move our hand as we do this. You can, again, just follow along. One more thing that we're going to do, and that is before we meditate and after we meditate, we always do the same thing, and that's called raising our energy, our kundalini inside of us. This kundalini has a desire. She has a desire, again, to rise up, to connect you, to give you that connection, that self-realization, that yoga, and to balance you and make you your best. But there's one little key. There's a little key to that, and that is that we also have that desire. That we have that desire as well in our heart. So it's like a little wish that we make, or we keep our mind open, our heart open, and we just ask. So all that is required for your kundalini to rise is just that we ask. And we do something with our hands called raising our energy that sort of symbolizes that desire. And so we can all do this together. We take our left hand and we just place the palm of our left hand towards our body, and then the right hand goes in between. So our right is in between, so perfect. Yep. And now our right hand is just the action hand. It starts to move, and it moves over and outwardly. Yep. Over your left hand. And they both start to rise together the top of your head, and you tie a big knot on top of your head like that. So you can kind of see we're expressing our desire for energy to rise up and stay up here. We want our energy up here above all of that chatter in our minds. So we do that one time, then do it a second time. Again, right hand over left hand. They come up to the top of your head, and then you tie 2 big knots the second time. And then you take your hands back down for one more time. Take both of your hands up. 1, 2, 3 big knots on top of your head. And then, for each one of these centers that we have, we put what we call a shield or a bandhan over ourselves for each one. And to do that, we just put our left hand at our hip and our right hand touches our left hand. So, yep. And then we make a big arch over the top of our head. And then we bring that arch all the way back. Perfect. So that's one. Number one that you see at the base of our spine. And we do that a total of 7 times, over and back. Over and back, 7 times. Over and back. There you go, perfect. All right. So here in Dallas, we're going to do the foot soak. Again, you don't need to do this at home. But here in Dallas, we can, if you're all of us, whether you're here or not, you can take off your glasses if you're wearing glasses. Here, we'll put our feet in the water. If you're watching from home, again, just sit comfortably in a chair, on your sofa. If you're at the library, again, you can just sit comfortably. You want to be comfortable. You don't want to, have any pressure. Some people like to sit on the floor, and that's great if you can stay comfortable that way. If after a while it starts to hurt your back or something, it might be better to sit in a chair. So we'll put both of our feet in the water here, and we'll sit, close our eyes, sit comfortably. Both of our palms are open on our lap. So all of us watching here or at home, you just want to sit comfortably, close your eyes, and put both of your hands open on your lap. And you want to just take a minute and just relax ourselves. And we want to be comfortable. There's no need to hold ourselves in some uncomfortable pose. We want to relax. Relax yourself. So our eyes are closed. Again, if we're wearing glasses, we take off our glasses, but our eyes are closed gently, gently, not too tight. Relax your eyes. Relax your eyes. Relax your eyebrows, forehead. Relax your face and your neck. Settle into your chair, be comfortable. You want to be sitting up straight, but not rigidly. Let go of any tension in your shoulders. Let your shoulders be loose. Your arms are loose. Again, your palms are open on your lap, facing upwards. So a receiving posture with your hands. Relax your legs. Let go of any tension, any stress in your legs and your calves. Let your legs be loose. Let them hang loose. And then again, your feet are flat. Whether you're in a foot soak or you're not, just have your feet flat on the ground. Let's take our right hand and just place it over our heart. Like we're pledging allegiance, just put our right hand on our heart. We put our attention on our heart. So we're going to move our hand as we demonstrated, and we'll put our attention where our hand is. So right now, our hand and our attention right on our heart. We talked about that desire, that wish in our own heart for this energy to rise. It's a very simple thing. We just ask for it. And so we want to begin our meditation with that request. So we'll just, with an open mind, with an open heart, we can just say in our heart, please may I feel the peace of meditation. That's simple. Please may I feel the peace of meditation. We're all here to learn how to meditate, to feel the benefits. So we just ask, please may I feel the peace of meditation. Let's ask another question. Let's say in our heart another statement. Please may I feel the comfort of my own energy. Please may I feel the comfort of my own energy. This is a mothering, loving, comforting energy, nourishing inside of us. Please may I feel that for myself. This is your own. It's all built inside of you, and it's your own experience with this energy. So please may I feel that, the peace, the comfort. We just ask that in our heart. And then, with our attention still in our heart, we ask ourselves. We'll ask 3 times inside of our heart. We're going to ask a question 3 times. The question is, am I the Spirit? Am I the Spirit? 3 times. Just inside your heart. Am I the Spirit? Now we move our hand to the upper part of our abdomen, underneath our rib cage. We press our hand gently. We put our attention here. So let's ask another question. 3 times, an honest question, a fundamental question. Here we ask 3 times, am I my own master? Am I my own master? 3 times. Let's move our hand now to the lower part of our abdomen. So right on our hip level, we want to just press our hand again and put all of our attention here. Nice and relaxed. Just put our attention here. No stress. And let's begin to affirm and ask for the qualities that are built inside of us. Our energy, when she starts to rise, she nourishes these centers. These qualities become stronger and stronger in us. They show themselves in our lives. We might even be surprised at our own strength, our own depth. So the quality here, where our hand is, the quality of this center is knowledge. Pure, positive knowledge. Comes from inside. Comes from deep inside, where all of the great science and poetry and literature, everything good, everything positive, that divine inspiration that we get, it comes from inside, it comes from here, from this center. So let's ask for our energy to nourish this center and to nourish these qualities inside of us. So 6 times, because this center has 6 petals like a flower. 6 times, let's all say, Mother Energy, please may I have pure knowledge. We just say this in our heart 6 times. Mother Energy, please may I have pure knowledge. Again, we just ask. Mother Energy, please may I have pure knowledge. 6 times. Just holding your attention right here. Right here where your hand is. Mother Energy, please may I have pure knowledge. 6 times. Pure knowledge, again, is positive. It's good for us. It makes us better people. It improves the people around us. It betters our society. So please may I have pure knowledge. Let's take our hand now. We'll move it underneath our rib cage. We'll press our hand gently. Back underneath our ribs. Put our attention here. We asked the question here, am I my own master? Am I my own master? So what does that mean? It means, can I guide myself? Can I teach myself in life? If I make mistakes, can I learn from them? Can I improve myself? Can I understand what's good for me and what is not good for me and do the right thing? And the truth is, we have that power inside of us as well, built inside. The power of self-mastery. We all have that quality. So let's affirm that. We're going to affirm that 10 times inside of our heart. 10 times we can say in our heart, Mother Energy, I am my own master. Mother Energy, I am my own master. We want to say that with confidence in ourselves. 10 times, holding our attention right where our hand is. Mother Energy, I am my own master. 10 times. Let's move our hand now back to our heart. Right on our heart, we put our hand, and we put our attention inside of our heart, deep inside of our heart. We can put our attention deep down inside. We ask the question here, am I the spirit? So we're asking, is there more to me? Is there something higher in me than just my body and my mind and my thoughts and my day-to-day routine? Is there something more to me? Do I have a higher self? And the truth is, every one of us, we are the spirit. That is the highest that we are. Our spirit resides inside of our heart. And when our Kundalini rises, not only does she nourish us and balance us and connect us to the all-pervading power or the universe, that divine love, she also connects us to our spirit and our heart. So 12 times, 12 petals here, 12 times, let's say inside of our heart, Mother Energy, I am pure spirit. Mother Energy, I am pure spirit. 12 times. Mother Energy, I am pure spirit. Believing in yourself. Again, with confidence. I am pure spirit. Now we'll take our right hand and we'll put it on the left side of our neck. Our neck on the left side. We can turn our head to the right. And that way our hand can fit nicely right where our neck and our shoulder meet. Right here. Put our hand here and I put our attention here again. So we want to be in the present. And our energy brings us to the present automatically. There are some things we can do for ourselves to help assist our energy, to help us be more balanced, to help us be in the present. And one of those things is to reject any guilt we might be feeling or holding on to. Anything guilty from the past. We want to let go of that. If we feel guilty, we don't want to hold on to it. We want to let it go. So here we say 16 times, 16 petals on this energy center, on this chakra. 16 times, very simply, we just say in our heart, Mother Energy, I am not guilty at all. Mother Energy, I am not guilty at all. And just let it all go. Mother Energy, I am not guilty at all. 16 times. Now let's take our right hand, place it across our forehead. We can let our head rest on our palm. Again, our left hand just stays open and nice and relaxed. So we talked about this center here and how our energy rises to this point. And when she crosses this center, then automatically our thoughts begin to quiet. Our mind becomes soothed by our own energy. There's something else, though, that we can do here for ourselves, and that is to forgive. To forgive everyone, to forgive everything. Just unconditionally, to let it all go. So here we don't count the number of times. We just say this from our heart. Just from our heart with sincerity. Mother Energy, I forgive everyone and I forgive myself. Mother Energy, I forgive everyone and I forgive myself. I let go and I forgive. I let go and I forgive. Now we take our hand and put it on the back of our head. And we'll lift our head up. We'll keep our eyes closed, but you just want to tilt your head back now. So your head is resting now on the back. Your head is resting tilted backwards. Your eyes are closed, as if you're looking up. So here, the same energy center, the same chakra of forgiveness. On the back here, we just say from our heart, very humbly, "O Divine, please forgive me for any mistakes that I've made. O Divine, please forgive me for any mistakes that I've made, knowingly and unknowingly." And again, just let it all go. O Divine, please forgive me for any mistakes that I have made. And now we take our right hand, we stretch all of our fingers apart. We can tilt our head down again a little bit and press the palm of your right hand right at the very top of your head, the very crown of your head, where the seventh energy center is located, right at the crown. You're going to press your hand down, stretch all your fingers apart, and put all your attention here. Again, put all your attention here where you feel your hand pressing down. And let's remember how we began by expressing that desire that we wanted to have the experience of meditation. And let's rotate our hand against our scalp. 7 times we're going to make 7 circles, massaging our scalp in a circular motion, moving our hand over to the left, down towards the front, over to the right, and then all the way back. Left, front, right, and back. That's the circle you want to make. And we'll make 7 again. And with each rotation, we ask from our heart, Mother Energy, please may I have my self-realization. 7 times. Mother Energy, please may I have my self-realization. 7 circles. All your attention here. Mother Energy, please may I have my self-realization. All your desire here. Mother Energy, please may I have my self-realization. Again, it's all built inside of you. It's all yours to ask for. Mother Energy, please may I have my self-realization. 7 times. When you finished doing that, we just slowly put our hand back on our lap. Keep our eyes closed. Both palms are open. Nice and relaxed. Settle in, be comfortable, and we'll just sit quietly for just a moment or two. Just relax. And if you can, see if you can just hold your attention, keep it at the top of your head for just a few moments. Hold it there. Without stressing, just try to hold it at the top of your head. Let's slowly open our eyes, and we can end our meditation by raising our energy again. So again, we raise our energy 3 times. And then we put on the shield. We put that on 7 times. So here in Dallas, we will take care of our foot soak bowls. Again, we'll just leave you for just a moment if you're watching online. We'll play some nice music while we're taking care of this. We'll just be a few minutes again. So don't just stay where you are. We'll be right back and we'll have one more round of meditation. Thank you. All right, so thank you. Welcome back. Thank you for being patient. I hope everyone felt relaxed after our first meditation. We'll meditate again, but before we do that, I want to just introduce. We talked at the beginning of our meditation today that it didn't cost anything. It's free. It's free all over the world, wherever these classes are taught, because we're a nonprofit organization and we were founded that way. So I want to introduce the lady that you see in the photograph. Her name is Sri Mataji Nirmala Devi, or just Sri Mataji. And Sri Mataji founded this meditation in 1970, really as a gift, you could say. She understood, remember our introduction and all that information. This is an ocean of information inside of us, this subtle system that we have. She understood it very, very well. And she had a gift, a way of explaining it to people so they could understand it and apply it to their lives in a very simple way. And so she started teaching people this again in 1970. And one of the founding principles of this meditation is that it is always free. We're all volunteers. It's all volunteer led. There's no profit motive for anyone involved in this. It's all given. Someone taught this to me. I benefited from it, and so I'm just here, teaching it to you. And one day you all can stand up here and do the same thing. It's really, that's how it is. It's very grassroots in that way. It's very organic. It's just, somebody teaches it and it spreads it, and it just spreads in a natural way like that. So speaking of Sri Mataji, we'd like to play a little clip. She traveled all over the world, talking about this system, talking about specifically these different chakras. Every aspect of life she talked about. And in this clip, we're going to see she's going to talk specifically about chakra number 3. That's right here in our belly, or here in our stomach. The quality is peace. Peace, satisfaction, generosity. Those are the qualities here. So we'll just take a moment. We'll listen to this short talk, and then we'll come right back.
So you move to the third center, which we call as the Navi chakra. This center is, on one side, is made of water, another side with fire. Around it are our 10 valencies, which we can call as our innate religion within ourselves. Now this Navi itself, or we can call the solar plexus, or we can say the navel chakra, gives us, as soon as the Kundalini rises, she awakens this, and the light, when it spreads, you become religious. I don't have to tell you anything. You just become. I don't have to say that you don't take drugs. You just don't take it. Overnight, I have seen people have given up drugs. Overnight alcoholism, overnight everything. And they enjoy their virtues. That's the best part of it. Some people think, oh, then what is the fun? What is this that you take something in the pub and next day you have a hangover? Here you take something and next day you are much better off. It never comes down. It never gives you a reaction. It's not artificial. It's not intoxicating. It is from your nerves. It's bubbling out. So this is the center which is very important in us, because most of us have a problem with this center. And here we have a capacity by this center that we enjoy our generosity. Now all matter, whatever it is, we are materialistic, it's a good idea to be materialistic. But the matter is, the aesthetics of matters are that you can give it to others, suggesting you are loving it. I think that's the only thing a matter can do. And in a very special way you can express that love. For example, Somebody likes a particular thing, you go all the way to get it and give that small thing, very small thing to the person, and the joy, not out of the money that you have spent, but the feelings you have expressed of knowing what that person would love. And this kind of a depth develops within you such lovable, beautiful society you enter into. And you don't need anything because everybody is looking after your needs. Now I have told them I love flowers because I don't take anything else. So you must see whenever I come, my house is so filled with flowers that my husband was saying, let us go live in the garden and let the flowers be here. So, you see, the joy of giving comes from this center. And whatever you eat, whatever you have to eat, whatever is good for you, you eat. You don't have to bother as to what to eat, what not to eat. You just eat whatever is good for you, benevolent for you. You become so wise. And also you please others. You don't displease others by saying, this is bad food, I want that. I want goes away. What do you want? So like you would say, a candle which is not enlightened is waiting to be enlightened, is asking for the light. I want light. But once it is enlightened, it gives light to others automatically. Supposed to be. In the same way, you also start giving your light, your love, your joy to others. Automatically. I don't have to tell you. Nobody has to go through any 10 commandments anymore. Those days are gone. Now automatically you become like that. Very beautiful people, very affectionate and glorious, I should say. If you see the glow on the face of Sahaja Yogis, the face itself is radiant. Many people drop out their 10 years to 20 years in their age, and they are so enthusiastic, never get tired. Especially in England, I've seen, or also in the West, I would say everywhere. People get very easily tired. On the television also you'll find people will come and sit down. Young people, they'll talk 10 times, they'll say, why are we so tired? Because we think too much. All energy is wasted in thinking, so no energy left to enjoy anything whatsoever.
She said, So we'll have a second meditation now. And our palms are open, our eyes are closed. Nice and relaxed again. Let's take our right hand and just place it over our navel, this third center that Shrimataji talked about. We'll put our hand here, right hand, left hand stays open. Put our attention here, again, nice and relaxed. Our energy responds. It's a very subtle energy. We call this our subtle system. Our energy responds to something as simple as placing our hand over these different centers and putting our attention here. That's why we do that. More energy gets drawn into these centers when we just simply put our attention there. So that's why we do this. We put our hand here, our attention here, and we're just going to ask from our heart inside, Mother Energy, please make me a peaceful person. Please make me a peaceful person. Mother Energy, please make me a peaceful person, satisfied. And please awaken that quality of generosity in me. Please make me peaceful, satisfied in my life where I am at this moment. Let's move our right hand over. We'll keep it right in this area, but we're going to move it over to the left side. So we just move it to the left side of our navel. Move our hand here. Our attention here. Every one of these centers has a center, a left, and a right quality. So we'll put our attention on the left quality of this third center. It's still the center of peace. It's still the center of satisfaction. But here on the left, specifically, it's peace in our home, peace in our family life, peace in our relationships, and that generosity of having an open home, of inviting. Those are the qualities here. Mother Energy, please bring peace to my home life, to my family life, to my relationships. Please make me an open-hearted person, an open home, inviting, generous, hospitable, all those qualities. Mother Energy, please bring peace to my home life, to my family life. Please make me an open, hospitable, inviting personality. Let's put our right hand back on our lap. Let's take our left hand now and we'll put it on the right side of our navel. The right side of our navel. We'll put our hand here and our attention. So if the left side is peace in our family and our home life, the right side is peace in our life outside of our home. So our jobs, our careers, our position in life, our position in society. We just ask again here, Mother Energy, please nourish the center. Please bring peace to my job, to my career, to my goals. So work life, school life, all of those outside endeavors that we have. Mother Energy, please bring peace and satisfaction to these aspects of my life. Let's move our hand down to our hip, left hand on the right hip. So the quality here, on the left side, you might remember it was knowledge. In the center, it's creativity. On the right, it's our attention. So to have a more balanced, focused attention, our energy can help us with that too. So we put our hand here, we put our focus here, and we just ask, Mother Energy, please soothe down my attention. Please quiet my attention. Please soothe and quiet my attention. Please remove all the distractions from my attention. Help me to stay clear-minded and focused. Let's put our left hand back on our lap. Now we take our right hand and we place it right in the center of our chest, right in the center. Put our attention here. Another one of the elements, we talked about the 5 elements. The air element helps our heart, helps open up our heart. So let's take 3 deep breaths. 3 nice deep breaths to fill up your lungs. You can hold your breath for a moment. When your lungs are full, just feel that tightness in your lungs, that fullness, and then you slowly let your breath out. Just do that nice and easy 3 times. And then we keep our attention in our heart, here in the center, and we ask. We just simply ask our own energy. Mother Energy, please rise and open my heart. Please open up my heart. Please open my heart. Please remove any imbalances. Imbalances in our heart might be insecurity or fear. So make me a fearless person. Make me a fearless person. And as we meditate, we can listen to some quiet music. So please open my heart. Please open my heart. Please remove any imbalances. Please expand my heart. Let's take our right hand and just put our hand at the base of our throat. Just let your hand just gently cradle your throat, the very base of your throat. Put our attention here. Mother Energy, please make me an effective communicator. Please take out any harshness in my speech. And give me kindness when I speak. Please open up this center. From this center, we get the sense of community, oneness with other people. So please bless me with that quality, the quality of collectivity. Please make me diplomatic. Let's move our hand now back to our forehead. And again, here we just want to let everything go. Just let everything go. I forgive everyone. I forgive myself. I forgive everyone and myself. We need to forgive ourselves. Sometimes we can be very hard on ourselves and we can be unkind to ourselves. But let it all go. Be kind to yourself. Love yourself. Forgive yourself. I forgive everyone and I forgive myself. Very important that we take advantage of this quality that we have inside of us. It's there for our benefit, not for anyone else. It's for ourselves. So when we forgive others and ourselves, we benefit. We feel the benefit. So let it all go. I forgive everyone and I forgive myself. Mother Energy, please awaken the quality of forgiveness in me. And then we move our hand back to the top of our head again. Press our hand down. Let's massage again 7 times. 7 circles, left, front, right, and back. And now this time, 7 times, we just ask, Mother Energy, please may I feel the peace of meditation. We just ask as we began our meditation this morning. Mother Energy, please may I feel the peace of meditation. Please may I experience the peace of meditation. 7 times, with all your heart, all your attention up here. We're asking our own energy. Mother Energy, please may I experience the peace of meditation. It's all built inside. Again, when we're finished, we just put our hand back on our lap, and we'll just sit quietly again for a few moments. We can hold our attention at the top of our head. Nice and relaxed. Our eyes are relaxed. Let's lift both of our hands up to the level of our heart, our open hands. And we'll just put our attention on each hand for just a moment. And put our attention on our left hand first. Just let your attention move across the fingers and the palm. And just observe if you feel anything in your hand. And then we can move our attention to the right hand and do the same thing. Just observe. Make a mental note if you feel anything. All the fingertips, the palm. Put both of our hands back on our lap. And we can open our eyes, and we'll end our meditation by raising our energy again. Raising our energy 3 times. When you raise your energy, you can let your attention rise along your spine. So your attention rises with your hands. When you make the knots, when your attention is at the top of your head, your hands and your attention come back down and they rise again together. Helps keep your attention inside. And the same thing with the 7 shields. If you know where your chakras are located, just put your attention on each one inside along your spine. And you can look at the chart and let your attention rise up along your spine. So thank you so much for joining us today. I hope everyone's feeling relaxed. I will just ask, did anybody, when we feel anything in their hands today? No? How about you? Anything today? That's it. Anybody else? Anything today? Sometimes you feel it the very first time. Sometimes it can take a little bit of practice before it starts to show itself that way. But again, y'all feel relaxed. You feel good. Okay, very good. That's again, that isn't anything that I did. That isn't the lecture. That is your own energy. Relaxes you from the inside out. So what do you do now? Now you've had this experience. Now what? Just try to practice a little bit every day. 5-10 minutes is all it takes. We did a lot of things today. There was a lot of information. Don't worry about remembering it all. We have a little card that we'll hand out to those of you here, and I'll tell you what's on the card. So it's 3 steps. We'll just kind of shrink it down to 3 simple things. When you meditate at home, find a quiet space, a quiet place in your home, whatever time works for you. You want to always begin, raise your energy. Raise your energy. If you don't remember exactly, don't worry about that. It doesn't have to be exact because it's not really moving your hands so much. It's that desire. That's always what's most important. You're asking that desire for your energy to rise. But raise your energy 3 times. Put on the shield 7 times. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. And then open up your hands. 3 steps. You can put your hand on your heart to start with. And just again, whether energy, please may I experience meditation. Just always start with that desire. Move your hand to your forehead and just let everything go. Every day, every minute, we should just be forgiving. Just let it all go because it kind of gets stuck in there, when we're trying to quiet our mind down. So just, I forgive. And then put your hand up here again, massage 7 times like we did. Again, doesn't have to be perfect. And just ask again, please, may I be in a state of meditation? Please, may I feel that piece of meditation? And then just open up your palms. You can play some quiet instrumental music. Indian ragas are very good to listen to, something very peaceful. And 5-10 minutes, raise your energy again, and then you just go on your day. And then come back again. And we'll just keep practicing, and you'll see for yourself the benefits. So, any questions here in Dallas so far? End for the day? Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for joining us online. I think I had a little, my sound went out for a minute, but thank you for sticking with us, and we'll see you again next week. Thank you.